Axiology for pragmatism and progressivism. Axiology is values and moral education. This is determined by each individual in interaction with his or her culture. This is where we confuse young people today. They are not going to incorporate values because somebody is telling them to be good and obedient and respectful and share and cooperate and do all those kinds of wonderful things. They will see what they are being told. They will see what society or the community is doing. And in our case, unfortunately, they see the society practicing the opposite. That is where we set in confusion. How do you teach a young child, despite what you see in society, this is value, this is moral education, this is how you should strive to lead your own life? It's like, asking a student not to cheat when the teacher is not in the classroom. When students get to that level, we've achieved the quality education for them that we wished when we joined the teaching profession. When students will do things irrespective of what they see in society, they will do the right things even though society is doing the opposite. That is when moral education has taken a hold of the child. If we want to stop confusing young people in their ability to incorporate and learn morals and values and use them, practice them in their real lives, we will have to show, even as teachers, we will have to show that it can be done. Now, the shared values of the community or culture, because values are universal. It's not as if as a human being, each student develops his list of 10 values. That is not how life is lived. Values are shared. So much also the practice of the values. Simply knowing the values, having an understanding of the values, and never using those values or never practicing those values or hardly ever doing them does not help the young child today. And the pragmatist teacher will make the effort to help the child understand why he or she needs to live those values in his or her life despite of what he sees in reality in the society. Logic thinking. In here it happens, emphasis is on inductive thinking and problem solving. Now, the emphasis is not that much on deductive thinking. It's on inductive thinking. What have you learned from your experiences? What has experience taught you? Now, experience is a good teacher. It can teach you positive things. It can also teach you negative things. We want not to learn the negativity that experience teaches, but when experience teaches us in a negative manner, we should learn from it even in a positive manner. This is what should not have happened. How could I have avoided it? What could I have done so that my experience would have been better, would have been more positive? I would not have suffered this if. And then you look at all the alternatives, and that is what the pragmatist teacher would help a student in his or her classroom learn to do. Analyze a situation where you've fallen and how you can fix it. How next time you can avoid falling if the same thing happened to you. If teachers consistently provided students with opportunities to learn from their experiences, the negative experiences, and a good example in classrooms really is when students make mistakes. And we punish them by cutting a point for incorrect spellings, by marking it wrong, by deducting points, by putting weak, poor comments on their papers and returning it to them. What we need to do is to help them learn from the mistakes they've made. Help them see how next time on the next assignment they can avoid making the same mistakes.